Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, our live coverage of the RedDriver Mighty Midget Series, Netcode Esports, Fairbury American Legion Speedway tonight. No, you're not missing anything. The overlays, for whatever reason, they just don't like this series. They messed up last week. We got them back, and tonight, I don't know, something about midgets. They just do not care for this series. I don't understand it. We may have to trash the whole thing and start over. We're going to wait. We're going to see if they actually start to work. They are recording data. Yeah, why it won't show it on the screen, I do not know. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. But we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll call it. We got 12 drivers in here tonight. 2 shows. Going to be what it is. We're going to make it happen for them no matter what. We could try to get cute and try something here, but I don't know if it'll work. It'll look weird, but we'll see if it works. Doesn't really matter. Well, you know what? That's going to work. Something wrong with those over there. So we're gonna rebuild that set while we're not. Let's do this. We'll just try not to change it a whole lot. Let's get ready for heat number 1, no matter what. 6 cars ready for you. 2 heats, 6 cars each. Reed Brochart, the 93 on pole. David Krikorian, the 66. He'll start outside that front row. 7. Craig Silby, Kiwi Conqueror, row 2. Next to Billy Barros. Barros was having a good week last week. He's in the 38. Row 3 inside, Jay Schaff in the 3 car, and then Richie Gaines in the 11. That makes up our 6 car field. Drivers ready to get at it. Pace cars out of the way. We are underway. Brochart with a good start. He'll lead them down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Silby up to 2nd. Krikorian had a run out of the corner, had to alter his path. Keep from running over the back of Silby's car. And now he's going to fight just to hang on to that 3rd spot as Jay Schaff has found the low side. Schaff trying to get a podium spot in this thing. Better starting spot in the feature for sure. Schaff with the front end off the ground. Comes across in front of Barros. That is going to do both of those guys no good. As the battle for the lead now. And that goes quickly by the wayside. Silby went by, bumped the fence coming out of 4. Brochart fights back on the bottom of 1 and 2. Silby's going to go right back after him, and he lifts the front end up. They were almost touching. Wow, Craig Silby, a lot of pedaling right there. Good job keeping it out of Brochart's left side. Brochart, Silby, Krikorian, and Gaines. Barros and Schaff both to the infield. So they'll start deep in tonight's first A main. White flag coming out, and they were almost dead even getting to the line. Silby through the bottom of 1 and 2. Can he hang on to it through 3 and 4? Bottom hasn't been very good to him, but he gets it done this time. Silby wins heat 1. Brochart, Gaines, and Krikorian in that order. Barros and Schaff rounding things out. Bo Brandon picked up both wins last week. Bo Brandon will be hot shoe tonight for at least our first feature. Okay, we don't know what's happening now. It all stopped. But it'll be the 71 of Josh Gerlach on the pole. He'll have Garrett Boyd in the 21 on his outside. 76, James Gray, row 2, next to Mike Gebhardt in the 81. And then Bo Brandon and Wayne Anelski on the back row for this heat. Uh-oh. What is going on? We have no camera. We have nothing. We don't have any camera control. We don't have anything. Oh, this is so bad and so frustrating. Oh, how to fix it, how to fix it, how to fix it. Here we go. We're going to move around and grab cars. We're just going to have to watch them the way we watch them until I can figure out what's up. I don't know what happened. Now we got it back, but we don't have overlays, which is fine. Gerlach, Boyd, Brandon, Anelski, Gray, and Gebhardt, and it all comes. I just am so confused right now. Josh Gerlach, he waved at the fans down the front stretch. Front end up in the air twice from turn 4 to turn 1. Bo Brandon up from 6th to 3rd. He's looking on the very bottom. He is trying to move Garrett Boyd up the hill. Oh, and he lifts the front end off the ground coming out of 4, and he almost got into Anelski right there. Both drivers took evasive action. Keep from getting into one another. 3 laps to go in the heat. It's going by very quickly. Gerlach's out front. Boyd is hanging on to 2nd. Tucked right in on the bottom. He's got the line that I know Brandon wants. Brandon goes a lane wider. Big run out of 2 right up beside. Is he going to close the door getting in? He did not. He got the front end up over the bump in 3 and 4. 360s. It keeps it going. Nobody hits him, but he drops to the back. Josh Gerlach's going to have a cakewalk to pick up the win in Heat 2. Boyd 2nd. Anelski 3rd. Gebhardt 4th. And then Bo Brennan didn't quite get there. Gray got to the line before him, so Gray 5th and Brandon 6th. Brandon picked up both wins last week, which meant really he was going to start at the back anyway, so that doesn't really do much to him. He's the current points leader in the series by 21 over Billy Barros, 35 over Gerlach, 38 over Krikorian, and 62 over Boyd. He has got, he could probably take the rest of the season off and still win the Ironman. 245 points ahead of Josh Gerlach, 322 on Silby, 325 on Barros, and Krikorian 451 back. The guys have been here 14 times in past competition. 3rd most on the series. They have been to Fairbury. Incidentally, I-55 and Cedar Lake are the only two tracks that they have been to more. Craig Silby, most wins. He's got 7 of those 14. So 50% for the Kiwi Conqueror. Josh Gerlach has 3 wins. Gunnar Harris, Dalton Schrum, Rylan Gray, and Evan Dawson have 1 apiece. We were here in October, and Silby swept on his 100th start night. He won both races in 99 and 100. So I'm sure he is happy to be back. Craig Silby with the best average finish at the track. He's got 1.9 average finish. Doesn't matter where he starts. Bo Brandon, 5.8. Billy Barrow, 6.1. Those drivers all have 6 or more starts. 9 podiums for Silby, 6 for Bo Brandon, and 4 each for Barros and Gerlach. Drivers are going to be off next week for Thanksgiving. We want to wish everybody happy Turkey Day. Make sure you tune in late, though, here at the Dirt Racing Network, because we will have the Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Trot 100, big block modifieds, heat race format, open server. Will be a fixed setup in the open server. All the entrants will be given a special prize. They'll have to go register for it, but they'll be given a special prize. And we will do a 100-lap feature on that night. It all starts at 9 o'clock Eastern. Be back on December the 5th at I-55. So going from one popular track to another with this group. And coincidentally, I was told that if Mr. Brennan makes the rest of the season, he will achieve his 99 and 100 starts in the series. right about the time he gets crowned the champion of the Ironman and possibly the champion of the season. Redraws, kick back to me. It's going to be Craig Silby and Josh Gerlach on the front row. Reed Brochart and Garrett Boyd in row 2 when we get ready to roll things out. Two shows for you. Don't forget about it. This the first one. We are in a little bit of a pre-feature warm-up, a little bit of track work. After that, we'll talk to our drivers, switch servers, and we will get ready for qualifying. A little B main action, just as a LCQ, and then another 35-lap feature. So, let's get ready for the grid. We know that is correct. It's a heads-up start. Silby and Gerlach on the front row, Brochart and Boyd in row 2. Gaines and Nelski, both drivers with third after their name. Interesting how that works out in row 3, and a lot of 3s and 1s, and man, that's confusing. You could give somebody a complex with that. David Krikorian and Mike Gebhardt. Row number 4, row 5, Billy Barros, James Gray, and our final row for our 35-lap A main. Jay Schaff, Bo Brennan, side by side. So many camera angles to choose from. It's so much fun to play with. All right, boys, probably get the pace truck out of the way here momentarily. They're going to get single filed up like they're supposed to be. We got a couple extra laps. We always do this. Hello, Brent. Hello, Bill. Final 2 shows for the week. Next week, limited amount of shows. We're going to have 1 show on Sunday. We'll have 2 on Monday. Nothing on Tuesday. Trucks on Wednesday. Nothing on, well, I say nothing. We'll have the special event on Thursday, but that's a very, very late show. I don't know if I should count that or not.
Green.
Couple of more pace laps here, even though we are under the green flag, because officially we want the pole sitter to start the race. And then the following week, we're back to the regular schedule, except for the fact that Wednesday night we'll all have 2 shows, because we will do 2 shows on that Sunday, which is December the 1st. Then on December the 2nd, a single show. Dirt Slingers and their Triple Crown Showdown, first night of prelims, second night of prelims on Tuesday, and then trucks and prelims on Wednesday, Mighty Midgets on Thursday, and then Saturday of that week will be the big super finale for the Triple Crown Showdown. But it is time for the Midgets to kick it. Green flag in the air. Craig Silby on the bottom getting a good start. Josh Gerlach trying that big wide cut down line, and he's going to get second, but he did not have any kind of a run on Silby. You can see Garrett Boyd working that top side, trying to get past Reed Brochart. Brochart fighting hard on the bottom, keeping that third place. And Nelski's tucked in behind these guys. I think he's just looking for an open lane. Try to get himself around and through. Let's go check on Bo Brandon, who started out back. Well, he's still there. He and Billy Barros kind of stuck in traffic right now. Mike Gebert, 6th place, got the 81 car up on the high side, rolling nice and smooth. Richie Gaines, David Krikorian, Jay Schaff, Billy Barros. Then you know Bo Brandon, James Gray are back there. Right now, Craig Silby, well, he can't get too far away from Gerlach. They've kept it at about 10 or 12 car lengths. It's 0.4 of a second on the stopwatch. They're almost 3 wide behind Boyd, Brochart, and Anelski. Boyd finally got around Brochart, and now Anelski following in his tire tracks, trying to do the same, and it looks like out of turn number 4, Anelski finally going to clear him. So move Brochart back to 5th, Anelski to 4th. Gebhardt is still 6th. But Richie Gaines making strides and getting there. I think we're going to see a slider pretty soon out of driver 11. They are stacked up behind that Krikorian. Barros, Brannon, Schaff. They were almost 4 wide out of turn 2 the last time. Flying in formation right here. Oh, and that time Brannon, if he hadn't gotten the front end up off the ground, I think he had a shot to roll past everybody right there. A lot of grip on the bottom. Krikorian still hanging on, but this time Brannon with the slider. Running out of laps, he's got to go forward. And he is kind of in a stalemate right now. Meanwhile, at the front, Craig Silvey now really starting to get away from Josh Gerlach. He has increased the lead to 1.2 seconds. Garrett Boyd has stretched himself away from Wayne Anelski in fourth. He's about 9/10 of a second ahead of him. And Anelski's got company because Gebhardt, Brochart, Gaines, Brannon, Schaff, the whole crew reeling them in. Oh, contact. Bo Brannon around. 360. Wow. Kept it going, but Richie Gaines, I think, did not. Bo Brannon spun first. I think it upset Gaines's car. Yeah, right there. He touched Brochart, got the front end up, and then he got sideways right in front of everybody. Bo Brown was able to get it up on the left rear. He was on one wheel for just a moment there, and he was able to get it up, spin it around, and keep it going. I don't think he lost any positions. We had just crossed over the halfway point. We're going to get ready to go back to green again with 15 to go. Silvey, Gerlach, Boyd, Anelski, and Gebhardt are the top 5 right now. Everybody's tucked in nice and tight. Jay Schaff putting the power down early at the top of turns 3 and 4. Can he do it down in 1 and 2? Or I meant in 1 and 2, can he do it in 3 and 4? He gets up there, and he was able to get the power down right there, and he just is a rocket coming out of the corner. He's going to have to go for the slider. He is going to clear Gebhardt. Move Schaff to 5th. Closing in on Anelski, too. And Boyd had opened up a gap on Anelski, and that has closed up, and now he's kind of in a dogfight right here. Side by side. Boyd fights back on the high side. Jay Schaff trying to figure out which one's going to move forward. That's the one he wants to follow. Silvey back to 1 second. 10 laps to go. It looks like Gerlach is starting to drift backwards to the 3 behind him. Boyd, Anelski, and Schaff. And he may have his hands full here momentarily. Meanwhile, Mike Gebhardt, Bo Brannon, Reed Brochard all starting to battle over 6th, 7th, and 8th. And right now, Brandon's got the spot. Schaff got around Anelski, now focused on the 21. The 21 trying to chase down the 71. Everybody chasing that 7 car. Craig Silvey swept the last time we were here, and he is looking to go 3 for 3 at Fairbury. He's probably going to say he'd rather race here every single night. It's going to be the wave lap this time to go. 5 laps remaining. Feature number 1. 1.15 seconds at the line. Craig Silvey. That gap staying fairly steady. Mistake from Boyd as he opened up the door. He brushed the fence up in 3 and 4. Schaff came after him and couldn't get there. Boyd hangs on in 1 and 2. Gap at the front starting to close up. It's down to under a second. Late in the going. Gerlach has found some rhythm, but only 2 laps remain. He needs to make that second up. Boyd bobbling in 1 and 2. Schaff looking for a chance to jump on him. White flag in the air. Craig Silby by 1 1/4 second. Gerlach hanging tough. Here comes Jay Schaff. Can he get around Boyd? Yes, he can. 3 and 4. Jay Schaff going to take the final podium spot. Boyd 4th. Bo Brannon up to the 5th spot. We will wait for Mr. Schaff. Let's see. Silby already here. Josh Gerlach. We're waiting for the 3 car of Jay Schaff to make his way to us. He does so. So let's grab him and see what he has to say about feature number 1. Jay Schaff, last lap heroics to get on the podium.
Yeah, it was a little fun battle there. I was running down Garrett there for a while. He messed up going into the last lap into 1, and I was able to get underneath him. And then 3 and 4 just pulled a little slider on him and sealed it.
Yeah, it looked like a track changed quite a bit from the start of that feature to the end. The bottom was really strong early, and then one end you got to be at the top. The other end looked like the middle was great, and it seemed like that's where you made a lot of your passes.
Yeah, definitely. The track did change a lot, and there towards the end, with like 15 to go, I'd say I really found my mark. Top 1 and 2 was really good, like even the cut down out of the 2. And then 3 and 4, the top was okay, but I thought the middle was a lot better than what the top was there in 3 and 4.
Well, a great race. You're going to get a podium here in the first run. What are you expecting for run number 2?
Hoping to do the same, Roger. That's what I'd like to do.
Well, you know, they changed the settings for the track, so, I mean, you may have to find a different line. It's just a recommendation. You may want to look for something there.
Where would you say I should run next?
Man, I'm going to tell you what, early in this thing, I'm going to tell you the bottom is the place to be. You watch guys like Craig Silby, Bo Brannon, that's where they're going to go. And then late, you're probably going to have to run that cut down in 1 and 2. And I'm going to say somewhere from the bottom to the middle in 3 and 4. I just don't think the top sticks around in 3 and 4 very much. It never has.
All right, Roger, I'll take your word for it.
Well, you watch for that, and you figure out where the grip's at. And if you get back on the podium and that's not where you ran, you can say, man, you're crazy, all right?
All right, sounds good, Roger.
All right, give me a couple shout-outs before I let you head for session 2, bud.
Yeah, I just want to shout out you for one, and then Josh putting this on, and then Rip the Lip Motorsports and Richie and all the guys back there to help me.
All right, man, congrats on a great run. We'll see what you can do in session 2.
Thank you.
Jay Schaff finishing in 3rd, and now... there he is. We got to get the guy that's got a face for radio, but he got out there tonight and he tried to chase down the Kiwi Conqueror and he just could not do it. Josh Gerlach, a 2nd place, still got to be a good one for you, though.
It was, Roger. You know, I didn't have the best of luck last week and was a little disappointed with the end results. So this is probably my best track that we go to. So felt pretty confident coming in here, and yeah, I was just talking to Craig. The track held together a lot longer than I expected, especially through the middle. And you know, if you start that 7 car on the pole and let him go, it's going to be really tough to run him down, as we saw.
Well, I was talking to Jason. He said, yeah, the track changed a lot from the start of the feature to the finish. And, you know, he found some stuff working in 1 and 2 up at the top, use a little cut down, and then the middle in 3 and 4. And we saw you using the cut down. You just weren't able to get a lot of drive with Silby finding that rocket pad off the bottom of 2.
Yeah, I don't know what the lap times look like, but it just from the seat, you know, on one end I felt like I could kind of get the cut down to work, and then on the other end he would just drive away, like run in the middle. So it was interesting. I definitely felt it start to change there in about the last 5 laps, but we probably needed another, I don't know, 20 laps to get it to where we kind of had that slick line all the way around the middle, which then really gives you those 2 distinct lines. But I think session two is probably going to be quite a bit different. You know, this place usually puts on really good racing, so hopefully it's another good show.
Well, you answered my next question, so let's get your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you head over there.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that you know, shows up and does this every week with us, and you for broadcasting, RedDriver Marketing Solutions for sponsoring the series, Tommy Brandon at the School of Sim Racing for the setups as always, the Netcode brand, simrapmarket.com, Always Race Day, and Victory Fuel for helping us get to the track.
All right, man. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do in session number 2.
Thanks, sir. Hopefully we're talking to you again soon.
Josh Gerlach finishing in second. Now we'll move on. And if you ask this guy right now, I guarantee you he's going to say, I want to race here every time we come in on Thursday nights. He's 3 for 3 in the last 3 features. Craig Silby, Fairbury, just kind of your place.
Oh, I love this place. It's elbows up, Sly Job City. It's that was pretty hard work because our setups were real stiff and hard and high in the front, so the things were just bouncing around, and like you hit that bump in turn 3, and like it was just a guessing game whether you were going to launch the thing into the air or not. It was wild.
Well, you are 8 for 15, including the last 3 in a row here. What is it about this track that kind of fits your style and fits your eye?
I guess it's a bit smaller, so I don't have to think about as much surface to try and figure out. But other than that, I guess it wasn't so much because I was up front in this race, but it can get real aggressive and elbows out, and you really have to fight for every spot. And that's me. That's what I love.
Well, an awesome run, man. Like I said, 3 for 3. I have no alternative but to say there's a good chance that the Conqueror is going to sweep tonight if the track is even close to what it was here.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't got as many drivers today. I think maybe they're all off watching the USAC over on the West Coast, but or racing themselves maybe. But hey, we're the good guys are here, and we're racing hard, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. Well, give me them shout outs. We'll let you head for session 2, and we'll find out where you finish here in just a little bit.
Thanks, Roger. First of all, I'd like to thank all the other competitors for coming out and racing hard. Without the other competitors, we'd be going around by ourselves, getting real bored. So it's really good fun racing with these guys. Netcode Esports, netcodebrand.com. This is their series, and we don't race with anything better. And the Dirt Racing Network, which is all part of the Digital Sim Sports Network, put this on for the world to see, and I'm really looking forward to watching that on YouTube. I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks for chatting with us, buddy. We'll look forward to seeing you in race 2. That is Craig Silby. He wins again at Fairbury. That is 3 for 3. That is an amazing feat in and of itself. Let's take a look at our results real quickly. Silby, Gerlach, Schaff, 1, 2, 3. Boyd, 4. And the last set of corners pass gives Schaff the podium. Thought maybe Garrett Boyd might get himself up there. He was trying to hold on to it. I think he just slipped a little there in turn 3 and 4 and kind of got in the slick a little. And that's how Schaff got by. Bo Brennan with a great drive from the back to 5th. It's going to help him in his points. Maintain at least. He won't lose anything. Anelski 6th. Gephardt, Brochart, Barros, Gray, Gaines, and Krikorian through 12th place. We'll see these guys again here in just a few minutes. They will be in session number 2. We aren't going to do a whole lot. We're going to put up some lovely video for you and let you watch that for a few minutes. We're going to swap servers. We are going to get things refired. We are hoping that the overlays just come straight on back and that we don't have to do anything ridiculous. So we will get those loaded, and when we come back, session number 2, qualifying, B-Main, feature. It won't take very long, so y'all hang tight. We'll be right back. righty, we have made it into the session. We are just waiting for everything to initialize. The boys are going to get a little bit of practice in. I don't know how much time they have left. Did not look when I came in the server. I'm sure that they will give them as much time as they feel they need to get that track in shape. Because you do not have heat races in session number 2. With limited car counts, you always want to try and get the track as worked down as possible and then go out for qualifying. That'll add a handful of laps to it. And then the boys in the B main. Be 7 cars in that B main. The winner of that will join the top 5 in qualifying, and they will redraw for their starting positions in the feature. Yep, it's all there. It's all supposed to be live and working. For whatever reason, this particular series and these overlays, there we go. Now they're trying to get along. It says they got 45 minutes of practice. Wow. I don't think we'll see that much, folks. Quick reminder. Once again, if you missed show 1, you missed a pretty good race. Craig Silby go 3 for 3 at this track. Last time we were here, he swept the night. He is on his way to doing it again. But Sunday night, Aces Up Sim Sports 410 Wing Sprinters in their Pro Challenge Series. Monday night, DSRL, Monday Night Thunder, Big Block Modifieds at 8, 360 Wing Sprinters at 9:30. Open night on Tuesday, Midwest Trucks on Wednesday, and then the Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Trot 100 on Thursday. That's a very late show. That's a 9 o'clock Eastern start for that. That is next week. The following week, Sunday is a regular week with Mars and Aces Up, and then it's the Dirt Slingers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Wednesday, they will follow the Midwest Truck Series. Then Mighty Midgets back on Thursday, and Saturday night, a very special show. Triple Crown Showdown. That'll be a long one, folks. You'll have 3 classes of cars in the same server at the same time. They'll have their own sets of heats. They will have their own features. Each champion given the crown until they come back next year and have to put it back up for grabs. Richie Gaines 12-1-7 on lap number 1. Bo Brandon up to second quick. Garrett Boyd third quick. Right now Jay Schaff and Josh Gerlach on track. Both of them trying to get into the top 5. Anybody that gets in knocks Barros out, and Gerlach does it. 12:34. Now Schaff makes Gerlach the bubble boy, and that means that Silby is going to have a shot. And Craig Silby, I never understand this guy. I know he loves passing cars. He's got a chance for a sweep. He is going to slow roll it. He's going to even start at the back of the LCQ and try to pass everybody and get into the redraw. Krikorian is out here. He's going to try to put a heater down. It'd give him great pleasure to knock Josh Gerlach into the B main. He comes up just a shade short, 1/1000th of a second short. Second time around. Quicker, and he bumps Gerlach out, puts Garrett on the hot seat, and I don't think that Garrett is going to have to worry. Mike Gebhard's second lap only makes him 9th, and Craig Silby Now Craig Silby got out there and let it idle around. So Schaff, Gaines, Brandon, Krikorian, and Boyd are your locked-in drivers. Gerlach, Brochart, Barros, Gebhardt, Anelski, Gray, and Silby will all come out in the LCQ, and whoever wins that will join those top 5. They'll redraw, and then once again we'll have 30 main laps. They're getting the order together right now. They'll kick it to me. Last show for the week. I hope everybody's been here all night long. Or all week long, I'm sorry. Even all night long. I hope you've been here all night long too. All week long and seeing every one of the shows. It has been a lot of fun. I'm not going to take that down. I'm sure it'll come back, but I'm just going to leave it. It's Gerlach, Brochart, Barros, Gebhardt, Anelski, Gray, and Silby. Your starting lineup. All on track, all about ready to roll out. $12 times around. Whoever wins this goes into the redraw with the top 5 from qualifying. They will start in the front 3 rows, and they will have a chance to redraw for the pole. So Craig Silby counting on being able to pass everybody here. He's going to have his hands full with Gerlach out front in a short race. Gerlach off the green flag, grabs the lead. Brochart 3 wide. He was up top. Anelski was in the middle. Silby was on the bottom, and Silby going to move to 3rd already. Billy Barros making a run for the lead, goes into 3 and 4. He'll come out just a nose ahead, but Gerlach with the momentum grabs the spot back. Silby wheels up down the backstretch. Barros now slides across the nose of Gerlach, and he'll take the top spot. There is so much grip on the bottom. Exit of 2. Everybody goes down there, picks the front end right on up. Last couple drivers have just carried the backstretch with it. There goes Gerlach again. He likes to wave to the crowd. Barros out front. Gerlach, Silby, Anelski, Gebhardt, Gray, and Brochart. And Billy Barros has figured something out here. He is starting to ease his way away from these guys. He's figured out that the bottom is really working. So has everybody else now. 5 to go that time by. Silby closing in on Gerlach. He just doesn't have an opening to try to force his way by. Now goes to the high side in 3 and 4, and he lost about 3 car lengths. See what he does in 1 and 2. This has been where guys have been able to make up some ground. Trying to go to the high side and run it all the way around because a little bitty cut down just to keep that right rear from sliding on the exit of the corners. He is not making inroads at all. We're coming around. We're going to catch the white flag. Barros 1 second out in front. Gerlach tried to close it up. He went to the bottom and is too little too late. Because Billy Barros will go to the redraw. He wins the LCQ. Gerlach second. Silby, Anelski, Gebhardt, Gray, and Brochart. So now the field almost set. We'll have to redraw with the top 5 and the 38 car. We'll get that pretty quick, and they'll be about ready to go racing. Drivers going to go out. They are going to work the track a little bit. We'd like to see that middle get kind of slick so we could get a couple of lanes of racing here. We don't want everybody having a fight for the bottom. Redraw coming through. And Billy Barros knew what he was doing. Goes down, wins the LCQ, draws the pole, but the company he's going to keep on that front row is going to be a tough one because he's got Bo Brandon on the outside. Then Richie Gaines and Garrett Boyd in row 2. Jay Schaff and David Krikorian will make up row number 3. I think it's Gerlach and Silby behind that. And I know Mike Gephardt was right in behind those guys. I think him and Wayne Anelski be in the next row. So all that's left is 30 laps of A main racing for show number 2. They said they're going to give them 2 or 3 minutes here, so. Around and around they're going to go 30 times. We'll see if Silby can break out the broom. Or we'll see if maybe Bo Brandon can parlay a front row start into a win. Billy Barros can parlay a LCQ and a great redraw into a win. Maybe Garrett Boyd breaks through. Finally gets a win. Jay Schaff up in that third row. Maybe he can improve on his podium run from session number 1. Good field, a lot of great drivers. They always do a fantastic job. I think we had 1 caution in the last one. So we should be getting the advancement any moment. I think they are trying to figure out how to get 2 lanes of racing here, and they're trying to get these guys work the track the way they need it. Oh, Wayne Anelski. Ugly ride right there. Richie Gaines with a roughie. The bump going into turn 3 and 4, one of the most unique features of this track. And if you hit it and you hit it wrong and you're trying to turn, it's going to really upset the car, make it do some funky stuff. And you either got to go above it or below it. Going right through it has never been a good idea. Garrett Boyd has never been one that has been very comfortable running the top, but I see him in here working on. There's why. It is so easy to miss that razor thin little lip right there and go up and over and get into the fence. It'll mess up the car. It'll mess up your rhythm. It messes a lot of things up. Thought we were going to see an advancement. I think these guys really want to work the track down. Don't forget to go to netcodebrands.com Look at all the stuff that the Netcode guys have going. And you can also find DRN and DSRL apparel. Some good looking t-shirts. We gave a few away here a couple of weeks ago. Getting her down to the 4-minute mark. Craig Silby looking at the very bottom. Trying to see if it's going to be there for the feature. And I think Josh Gerlach is trying to see where the middle is at in the track right now. Through the bump over there in turn 3. Bo Brannon, typically a bottom feeder, but it looks like right now he's trying to do a little bit of a cut down line. Big wheelie down the front stretch of that time. Track looks like it is a lot different than it was in show number 1, and these guys are just looking for anything they can find. All right. Session coming to a close. That means it is feature time. We'll wait for it to advance. We know the starting lineup is a little different than what they show here. It's going to be Barros and Brandon on the front row. And then it'll be Gaines and Boyd in row 2. Schaff and Krikorian in row 3. Row 4 will stay the same. Gerlach and Silby. Anelski and Gebhardt in row 5. And Gray and Brochart in row number 6. Roll them off. Billy Barros got to weave his way through from 6th position all the way to the point. They should get that pace truck out of the way. We'll get a green flag. That means that they'll have 2 laps to form the field. And then the pole sitter will get us started with 30 laps remaining.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Over crank. All right. One more time around. We're going to start doubling up right here. 30 laps remaining. Barros, Brandon on the front row. Feature number 2 for the RedDriver Mighty Midgets underway. Whoa, craziness right out the blocks.
All right, man.
Caution coming out. We know that was Richie Gaines. And I don't know. Let's see. Can we get yeah, we're going to have it right towards the front. We're going to be able to watch the 11 car. A little bit of herky-jerky on the start. He gets down in the corner. He was in there, and he saw the 49 up beside. He did everything he could. Try to keep off of him, and he had to tap the brakes, and that's what spun him out. All right, we're still behind the pace truck. So we should get it this time. Billy Barrow's going to get us restarted right here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Both of the top two went to the bottom. First car to the top, that's Garrett Boyd and Jay Schaff right behind him. These two battled in the first feature, coming down to the wire, and the same mistake right there. And Schaff got by Boyd. This time, he's going to use the launch pad low side of 2 and try to do it. Boyd staying around the top side, that front. Now Bo Brandon has worked his way around Billy Barros on the bottom. So Brandon to the point. Here comes Sylvie. Sylvie's already up to 5th. Garrett Boyd still in 3rd, holding off Jay Schaff. He's going top shelf racing. And he is still, oh, both Boyd and Schaff catch the fence, and Boyd catches it a little bit more, and he allows Schaff and Sylvie to both go by. Now Sylvie goes by Schaff on the bottom of 1 and 2. Schaff has really got that car wound up in 3 and 4. It's almost out of shape. Sylvie clears Schaff for 3rd, reeling in the top 2. Boyd still has 5th. Oh, car backwards, caution.
Caution is out.
Let's go see what happened to Wayne Anelski in the 13 car. I actually thought it was a 71 when I first shot, but I don't think it is. Oh, got in there a little too hot. Oh, Mike Gebhard caught a piece. So did James Gray. So we'll back things up. Restart, 21 laps to go. Great restart again. Up front, top 3 going to break away just a little bit from 4th place, Boyd.
Caution is out.
And we're going to have another caution. Schaff and, oh boy, I think Schaff and Nelski and Gray are going to get into it again. And it may be Jay Schaff, and he caught everybody coming by. Got in the back of Sylvie and unweighted the nose. There's a Nelski, and then there's James Gray. Just nowhere to go. All right, single file, lights off on the pace truck. Going back to it. It's still Brandon, Barros, Sylvie, Boyd, and now it's Gerlach in 5th. $20 to go, restart. Up to the top, Sylvie and Boyd, and Sylvie looks like he's going to get a run down the backstretch through 3 and 4. Can he take the spot from Barros? And he has it at the line. Topside looking good for the Conqueror. He's usually a bottom guy. Tonight he is running right at the top. Bumps the fence. Didn't slow him down a bit. Knock, knock, knock. Bo Brandon. Company. Oh, big wreck down the backstretch.
All right, man.
Caution coming out. Let's go check this one out. Barros and Boyd up top, comes off of 2. Oh my, car high. Looks like he's going to be able to continue. I don't know how damaged he is. That might be more damage than I thought. We'll have to take a look and see.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Here comes the Conqueror. And I think Bo Brandon knows he's there, and he shut the door on the low side, but Silby had a toe in there. Did a good job of keeping it out of Bo. Brandon's going to get a little bit of a breather, couple of laps, I think, here. The battle's going to be back behind. That's going to be Barros and Gerlach going at it, and Gerlach's going to take the bottom, slide out to the middle. Barros will fight back, but not quite get there. Out of 3 and 4. Gerlach off the top side. Barros still has the spot. Bo Brandon has decided that there's nothing to save. He's got to go, so he is starting to drive away from Craig Silby. Gerlach. Barros, side by side. Krikorian, Anelski, and Gaines are all right there, chomping at the bit. There's a podium spot up for grabs. All of them won it. Top 2 starting to get away from the rest of them. And I'll tell you what, with 10 to go, Craig Silby's closed the gap down. He gets it down to about 0.4 of a second, and he can't get any closer. Through the middle for both drivers in 1 and 2. Gap opened back up to 0.6 of a second. Brandon now out to 1.2 seconds. Silby losing ground, but he is still gaining on Gerlach, who got around Barros, but now has company in the form of the 66 of David Krikorian. And DK with a shot down the backstretch. Couldn't hang on to it on the bottom in 3 and 4. He may have that slot at the bottom open in 1 and 2. And Richie Gaines, big cut down move. He cut right through traffic, and he's going after Barros for 5th. Slider from Gaines. Barros going to give it right back, and he couldn't hang on to it. 4 to go this time. Brandon, 1.4 seconds. Gaines into the fence. This will be a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Richie Gaines got into the fence coming out of turn 4. And got the car turned around. A little bump there, and it really upset it, and it didn't exit the corner on the line that he liked. And he bumps it into the fence again. Whoa, I'll tell you what, James Gray just about went over that left front tire, and he probably would have went for a pretty big ride. So we'll slow things down with about 3 laps remaining. Brandon, Silby, Gerlach, Krikorian, Barros, Schaff, Anelski, Boyd, Gebhardt, Brochart, Gray, and Gaines. Restart with 3 laps to go. Brandon got a good one. I thought maybe Silby would find something in the bottom of 1 and 2 right there, but it did not come to fruition. And Bo Brandon right through the middle, easing away from the Conqueror, and The sweep in jeopardy. White flag coming out. Sylvia looking for the cut down middle to bottom. It's not there. Bo Brandon will protect the inside, getting into 3 and 4, and he's going to come out and split it up tonight. Sylvia wins race 1. Bo Brandon taking home the win in race number 2. Sylvia second, and Josh Gerlach will be back on the podium again. So we'll grab our drivers. There goes Bo. Here comes Josh. We'll get Craig down here. We know we'll get Craig, so we'll get Josh to get himself all situated. Josh Gerlach, got a copy.
Yes, sir, Roger.
All right, man, that's 2 podiums tonight here at Fairbury. Apparently something about this place is very good for the 71 car.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. Just suits my driving style or something. I always enjoy coming here. So, yeah, good night. Wish we could have finished ahead of that 49 a couple times tonight for the 24D season. It's going to be tough to beat him. But, yeah, all in all, good night, especially after last week.
Yeah, especially after last week. We're not having a horrible night. We did have to poo-poo your overlays, and we'll get a new set put together before the next race. But watching you guys at this track, and, you know, we've been here a bunch of times, and it just seems like whatever is weird about this track works for everybody in here, because we've had great races. We've not had a night that I can recall that was caution-filled or just, you know, rough racing. It's always a very good show, and there's some of you guys that step forward every time we come to Falls. What do you think it is that it makes this whole group take that next step up?
Yeah, man, I'm not sure you can point to just one thing, honestly. We do have a great group here that, you know, I think we've probably got 5, 6, 7 guys that could win, you know, any week that we show up, which is always great. And as far as the track goes, I don't know if it's just the way it's kind of banked. We don't have any real cushions, thanks iRacing, but you can kind of bang it off the fence a little bit and get some runs and almost drive it like as close to a midget as at least it looks like. I've never driven one myself, but kind of getting runs down the hill and stuff like that. And it was elbows up in that race. I don't know how much you got to see in the middle half, but man, we were dicing it, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it looked like it was a lot of fun. You guys had a lot of track to work with, and several lines seemed to be going. So another great run. You're going to get a second and a third tonight, man. Give me some more shout-outs, and we'll let you get out of here, bub.
Yeah, again, just want to thank RedDriver Marketing Solutions for sponsoring this season. Tommy Brandon, School of Sim Racing for the setups, and everybody that makes this possible. Billy for helping out every week on the race control side. You doing all the broadcasts on the Dirt Racing Network. It's cool to go back and watch these. Netcode Brand, follow at Netcode Brand on all the socials. Simrapmarket.com, always race day and victory fuel. And for everybody stateside, we are off next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with friends and family next week, and we'll be back the following week at I-55, which is usually a pretty good track for us. Should be another good show.
All right, man. We'll tell you congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks, but I want you to hang around for me so I can run downstairs and talk to you here in just a little bit.
Sounds good. And thanks for my dad for watching. I know he always tunes in. Appreciate you. Talk to you later, Roger.
All right, Josh Gerlach finishing in third. Now we'll move on. He tried to get the sweep. He comes up one spot short, but he still had a great race and a great second show. Craig Silby, you had to carve your way through the field.
Yes, I did, Roger. Thanks. I'm so glad I get to talk to you again. I do it to myself. I go and ruin myself in qualifying on purpose so I can start from the back and get a few more laps, pass a few more cars, and just make it hard for myself. But that's where all the fun is.
Yeah, it looked like the B main. You carved your way up there, and when you got to those top two, it kind of seemed like everybody really kind of evened out in that B main LCQ. Nobody was able to go any more forward, but no one fell back either. Did the track kind of stay that way through the feature?
The track was definitely quite different to the first race. Like the bump in turn 3 and turn 2 were nowhere near as bad, but they were still there. But yeah, I don't know. It was I was trying to rip the lip there for a little while, and I just kept touching the wall, which would throw me to the right, and so I'd lose. I'd get some momentum on Bo, but and then I'd lose it by doing that. So yeah, it was hard for all of us, but he was the winner on the day, and well done him.
Well, an awesome night, man. A first and a second, and we know you would have liked to win 4 in a row, but an average finish of like 1.2 or something in the last 4 races. I bet you wish we could race every single week here.
Well, yes and no. Yeah, I do really like this track, but I do like that. I do like mixing it up as well. Like these last few weeks, we've had some pretty technical tracks. Like I was making real good progress at Lernerville the other week, and then I just made mistakes. And it's just that real fine line between getting it right and getting it wrong is what midget racing is all about. And hopefully we get it right more often. But lately we haven't been. I'm much worse in the sprint cars, so that's the thing.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you give me your shout-outs, and I'm going to tell you 2 things. It's been awesome watching you here tonight, and I do hope that I get to see your name in the list for the Triple Crown Showdown, at least on the midget prelim nights, and get you qualified through for the finale. So if you need to know anything about that, you need to give me a holler.
Yes, I do. I will do that. Thank you. Thanks very much. Like I said last race, the competitors that are showing up every week, these guys are just so good to race with, and I'm hoping they're having lots of fun because I am. And Josh, Hobbit, Billy, these guys that put on the Netcode Esports, netcodebrand.com league, just fantastic, awesome guys. And you, Roger, with your Digital Sim Sports Network, we wouldn't be out there in front of the world if it wasn't for you and the Dirt Racing Network. I'm once again looking forward to watching it online, and yeah, we'll cowboy up for the next one.
All right, man. Congrats on a great night. Like I said, shoot me a private message. I'll get you hooked up.
Righto. Thanks, Roger.
Craig Silby finishing in second, and now we're going to move on. We're going to get to talk to our winner in feature number 2. He got a good front row start. He waited a handful of laps to take the lead, and once he did not give it back. And he is going to extend his points lead in both the 2024 D season and in the Ironman tonight. And I know he always looks at the big picture, but Bo, you got to be pretty happy with at least winning the second one tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you start up front. That first track state was, it was pretty much hammered down. It's about the worst kind of track state to try to come from the back. You need some slick spots to navigate, and it was pretty much. It felt like it was hammered down the whole track. The first race was. The second one was a lot slicker, had some technicality to it, and so I knew it was going to be on the bottom to start. So I went down there right as soon as I could, and maybe that was a little too soon. I know I got into Richie a little bit. I don't know if I had left him enough room or not. I need to go back and watch that, but sorry to him if that was on me, if I cut him off or something like that. But I just knew the bottom was going to be there, so I was trying to get down there as fast as I could, and it was there for, I don't know, half the race, maybe 10 laps, and I got really lucky with one of those cautions. I could hear Craig coming up on me, and I could hear him a lot higher, and I could hear a lot more rev, and so I knew he was running something higher than what I was running, and he was catching me pretty quick. So I went to what I thought would be the next best thing, which is that slider, which it also plays a little bit of defense. It kind of cuts off his momentum, but it also kind of it kills his opportunity to stay down low. So it ended up being the right call, and I rode that the rest of the race pretty much, and just tried not to make any mistakes, tried not to grab a tire, grab the wall, or anything like that, and brought it home. Felt pretty good.
Well, an awesome run in the second show for sure. The first one, you kind of started behind the 8-ball. It kind of looked like you just, never could get out from behind it. But a nice recovery.
Yeah, we only had one caution in that first one too. That did not help too much. So yeah, it is what it is. That's why we have the hot shoe. It's getting the getting somebody who's on a streak and trying to limit that a little bit. And I welcome the opportunity. I welcome the challenge. So I'm not fretting the fifth. I think it was fifth place I finished in the first one, and then obviously I won the second one. So I feel like it was a good night overall.
Well, give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate. I want to tell you something that you may or may not know. If you do not miss another race the rest of the 2024 D season, when we reach that final race, we're all pretty sure you're going to be the Ironman champion, but you're going to get to celebrate that on a very, very, very special night, a very special part of a night. It'll be your 100th start in the series.
Oh, that math adds out real nice, doesn't it? Oh, that's fun.
It surely does.
Well,
give you some more incentive not to miss any more races.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on it. I love racing here. I try to race here every week I can, and I think I've only missed a couple of weeks this whole year, which really helps when you're trying to chase down an Ironman championship. You got to show up, so it gives you the best chance. We have some drop races in there, but you want your best opportunities to put forward and score those points. So it's been a long year, and I don't know. I'm pretty far ahead, and it seems like it's almost insurmountable. I don't know what it's going to be like after tonight, but I mean, I have to probably crash out the rest of the week or the rest of the races to lose it at this point, I think. So I'm not trying to claim it for myself just yet. I'm not doing that, but it feels pretty locked up at this point.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too, and I want to let you know that on your 100th start is probably when you're going to really be able to celebrate that. But great racing tonight, man. It's always fun. I appreciate you being here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks to Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mike, good marketing. My wife, my parents, you, Roger, for broadcasting. It's so much fun to go back and watch the shows again. And Josh, Robert, and Billy for putting it on. RedDriver Marketing as well. Thank you for sponsoring. It's been a long year. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, man. We'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and we'll tell you congrats again, man. It's going to be interesting watching the last 3 or 4 races.
Appreciate it, Roger. Thanks so much.
That is Bo Brandon. He picks up the win in feature number 2. Quickly, we will look at our results. Brandon, Silby, Gerlach, Schaff, Barros, Boyd, Krikorian, Anelski, Gebhardt, Brochart, Gaines, and Gray were the official order. Another great night of racing from the Netcode Esport guys and the RedDriver Mighty Midgets, man. It's always fun to watch these guys. I enjoy coming in here on Thursdays and making the call for this. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Be sure you join us again on Sunday night. Late show, 9:30 Eastern, Aces Up Pro Challenge Series. And then we will get through the rest of our week. Until we see you guys the next time, we appreciate you being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like we saw right here again tonight, nothing for us to cover. So everybody gets a high five and a pat on the back for that. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side down at all times. Keep it